Hey, thanks for stopping by my neck of the woods. I'm the gig geezer in Wood Lane, and when I'm out there driving, I'm out there to make some money. I want to help you maximize your gig hustle. I just completed my first half hustle, and while out there, I had an experience that I thought might be worthy of sharing with folk. Not so much as it was dramatic or anything like that, but it just involves multi-apping and the stacking of orders on multiple apps. Admittedly, I could not make the money that I have made as a gig economy driver if I did not multi-app. There's just no way. Working a single app isn't going to cut it for the needs that I have. And so I often tell people that you need to get on as many apps as you can in this particular market. And I believe others will share that for their specific market as well, or their respective market. Now, I am aware that there are individuals out there who actually can make what they make by working a single app. I ain't mad at you. But I will beg to defer that, or I would submit to you that there's always the potential of your app going crazy on you, your app freezing, your app sticking, your app just not working, or your app crashing. And so you may be in a sling for a few minutes, a few hours, or for the entire day for all you know. And then there's also the other possibility, another reality with respect to being a gig economy driver. What if you get that friendly, well-written email indicating that your account has been placed on pause for investigating of some type of allegation that they feel that is warranted based on their algorithms? Now, you're on that one app. What are you going to do? So, like with any business, diversity of options, diversity of income is very important in order to make it, in my opinion. So, that said, when it comes to multi-apping, individually or personally, what are some of the things that you have to have in order to make it work? Well, you definitely have to have confidence. You have to believe that you can make it work regardless of the situations that come your way, and that you have to have the confidence that you will do things in such a way that will prevent you from receiving that friendly, well-written email by that app company, more than likely DoorDash, GrubHub, or UberEats, indicating some type of allegation. The opposite of being confident, you can't be skittish. You can't be nervous about working multiple apps, because if you're nervous about working multiple apps, or you're concerned about, or you have the concerns about what could go wrong, you don't need to be doing it. You just don't, because something will go wrong. You just open the door for something to go wrong, at least in my opinion. So that means I believe you have to have somewhat of a gambler's mentality. Definitely a gambler's mentality, almost a love for coordinated chaos, because a lot of times you are, especially when it gets busy, you get a lot of orders coming your way and all, and you have to quickly process what your moves are going to be. You have to have a love for coordinated chaos, definitely. What is good about multi-apping? Definitely the money that you make, because I strongly believe you can make more money multi-apping than you can working a single app. I would not be in a position of doing a Gig Geezer YouTube channel if it weren't for the fact that I've been successful at multi-apping for basically the last 2 years. Also, I believe that when you're multiple apping and you're stringing multiple orders from multiple apps, you're operating in the truest sense of an independent contractor, because you are accepting offers, the highest offer at that time that you feel that is worthy of your time and money. There's also the greater potential of working less hours, or actually putting in less time, because you have a chance of making money much faster. Also, this goes with that gambler's mentality. There's a thrill of meeting certain deadlines. when I was a newspaper reporter, it was a fact of life, at least the type of work that I did, of meeting deadlines. And I would often tell folk, I challenge you to write a 1,000 word story with quotes in 30 minutes. There's also a certain beauty and art to multi-apping. The beauty and art of it is what I call this stringing or putting together of dots. And that is when things are busy, or just the mere fact that you may get, like today, while I was out on the first half hustle, I had a DoorDash order from a hibachi place. It was a single order, but then right down the road, I accepted a stacked order UberEats. Right down the road, like I said. When looking at the drop-off locations, the DoorDash was the furthest away, but if I'd set it up correctly, the DoorDash should be dropped off first, and then I could work my way back over for the UberEats drop-offs, and it would be rather seamless. That's where the beauty is, when you're able to put together a seamless route, a seamless process of stringing these orders together. But then you're saying, well, okay, that's all nice and good, but we know that there's some risk involved with doing multiple orders or stacking multiple orders. And you're right. With any reward, there are risks, and there are many, maybe more than what I'm about to articulate in this particular segment. Number one, as I've mentioned on a couple of occasions already, deactivation, or your account being placed on pause, that temporary suspension. Then there's the potential of getting items wrong or dropping orders off to the wrong person. I am ashamed to say that I have botched more than my share of orders when multi-apping, more than my share of orders. But it happens. It doesn't happen often. I will say that I get orders right 99.5% of the time, but that 0.5% of the time really bothers me, and it stays with me, and it's a reminder of how I have to have my act together at all times. You can't be careless about this, or it will cost you. The other factors, traffic. That's a big unknown. Traffic can cause you to be late, even if you're operating a single order. But traffic can really mess you up if you're stacking multiple orders from multiple apps, as well as lights, traffic lights. Oh boy, you want something that'll kill your momentum? Get stuck with traffic lights. Get into a bad mode. Get stuck in a bad rhythm of stoplights, and that can kill you as well when you're trying to get somewhere and avoid a contract violation, or avoid putting yourself in a position where UberEats or GrubHub may send you an email as well. Okay, another factor that you have to deal with, and this is universal with most delivery situations, is always the potential of restaurants taking too long. I mean, I wish there was a way that we could just snap our finger and the orders just appear, but it doesn't. And when you're multi-apping and you're stacking multiple orders from multiple apps, restaurants have to work in your favor, just like with the traffic and the traffic lights. There's no other way around it. I mean, even today with my first half hustle, I missed out, at least with the stacking of multiple orders, when I accepted a DoorDash hibachi restaurant order, and then I accepted a hamburger restaurant stacked order. And if all three would have worked correctly, I would have made about $29. Well, it didn't. The second of the two stacked orders with UberEats was not ready when I needed to go. And so I left that situation ultimately making a total of $28. Fortunately, because the UberEats customer really tipped well on that order. But then also, while going through my hustle, I got bailed out of missing that $8 and change UberEats second order, which was stacked, for a $9 DoorDash order. So at that time, I was looking at about $29, so it was a wash. And then after dropping off that DoorDash order, I accepted an $8 order. And so that put me where I thought I was going to be at that moment at about $105 for the first half hustle. And that was before the final tip total with UberEats. So a lot of times you end up with my next point is thinking about the money that you missed when things go wrong when you're trying to stack orders. I mean, sometimes when it's really, really busy, you have to give up orders that you really would not have given up. But you have to make those decisions while you're out there. I mean, you don't have a lot of time to decide what you're going to do. So you make your best decision and live with it. And that is how it is when you're stacking orders or you're working to work multiple apps. You've got to make your best decision at that time, and hopefully you produce the best results a greater majority of times. And with that, until next time, I'm Inwood Lane, and may your hustle continue. Thank you for checking out this segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided, hey, hit that subscribe button and also give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or useful information that you'd like to pass on to the Gig Geezer, I can be reached at giggeezer3.5@gmail.com.